Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. This is a sneak peek of the upcoming new class, Sorcerer. Alright, let's get started. The Sorcerer is a third class job change for the Sage class. This class offers two builds, the Magic Fist and the Mana Burn build. The Magic Fist build allows you to summon Elemental Elf and deal damage with Magic Fist and Elemental Bolts. This build highlights the Mana Burn effect that increases your skill damage and different elemental skills that adds additional effects. When you summon a spirit, you will obtain spirit stacks. During the spirit possession, the skill is replaced with the ability to cancel the possession. After using it, you will enter mental fatigue. Summons the Fire Elf to possess you. Increases fire attribute damage and resistance by 10%. During the possession, the basic attack is replaced by Magic Fist, with a 60% chance to trigger additional fire attribute damage and will add Blazing effect. The effect doubles the Mana Disorder effect, dealing 400% fire attribute damage every second, and reduces the fire resistance by 10% of the target that will last for 5 seconds. Summons the Earth Elf to possess you. Increases Earth attribute damage and resistance by 10%. During the possession, the basic attack is replaced by Magic Fist with a 60% chance to trigger additional Earth attribute damage and will add Disintegration effect. The effect reduces the equipment defense and equipment attack power of the target by 10% and reduces the Earth resistance by 10% that will last for 5 seconds. Summons the Wind Elf to possess you. Increases wind attribute damage and resistance by 10%. During the possession, the basic attack is replaced by Magic Fist with a 60% chance to trigger additional wind attribute damage and will add Withering effect. This effect slows the target by 20% and reduces 5% of their max SP per second. This also reduces the wind resistance by 10% that will last for 5 seconds. This summons the Water Elf to possess you, increases water attribute damage and resistance by 10%. During the possession, the basic attack is replaced by Magic Fist with a 60% chance to trigger additional water attribute damage and will add Deep Cold effect. This effect increases the target's global cooldown by 20%, reduces their attack speed by 40%, and reduces the water resistance by 10% that will last for 5 seconds. When you autocast Elemental Bolts, there's a 30% chance of adding Mana Chaos to the target. Affected targets will lose 2% of their max SP per second, but restores 60 SP of the Sorcerer per second. The Mana Chaos causes the target to consume additional 100% of SP when using skills. This skill can be cast during Spirit Possession. Consumes all Spectrum stacks, clear Mana Fatigue, and obtain 4 stack Spirit Communication, and refreshing the cooldown of Extreme Emptiness. This will increase the chance to trigger Extreme Emptiness within 15 seconds up to 80%. The additional damage of Magic Fist during the possession is increased by 100%, and the chance increases to 80%. You select a target and deal area damage with the attribute of your possessed spirit. If there's no possessed spirit while casting this skill, it will be regarded as neutral attribute. When casting Extreme Emptiness, obtain additional Elf Communication stack and deal area absorption. When using same attribute skills, you will get Mana Burn. This increases the SP consumption by 65% for each stack and can stack up to 4 times. When using a different attribute skills, mana burn effect will end and will restore your lost SP per stacks. 20% of SP will be restored for each stack, and a new stack of mana burn will be obtained. In addition, each stack of mana burn increases your skill damage by 70%. This skill deals 4 times single target fire element damage and add 40% mana chaos, 5% blazing fire, and each stack of mana burn effect increases the chance to trigger mana chaos and blazing fire by 15%. This skill deals 4 times single target wind element damage and add 40% mana chaos and 5% withering. Each stack of mana burn effect increases the chance to trigger mana chaos and withering effect by 15%. This skill deals 4 times single target earth element damage and adds 40% mana chaos and 5% disintegration. Each stack of mana burn effect increases the chance to trigger mana chaos and disintegration by 15%. This skill deals 4 times single target water element damage and add 40% mana chaos and 5% deep cold. Each stack of mana burn effect increases the chance to trigger mana chaos and deep cold effect by 15%. You can use Magic Rampage if there's at least 1 mana burn stack and your SP is full. All stacks will be consumed, and within 10 seconds, Elemental Analysis will consume the SP of the enemy and absorb the same value. The max SP that you can absorb at a time will not exceed 100 points. The cooldown of Flame Forge, Earthgrave, Wind and Thunder, and Diamond Stardust are reduced by 85% and will no longer consume SP and will have an AoE effect. This skill deals 4 times damage, and the full stack of mana burn adds 2 stacks of damage. The attribute of the Variegator Spear changes with the last skill that you use. Sorcerer form a mana shield and remove current crowd control. You become immune to CC for 5 seconds and reduces the damage received by 30% for 5 seconds. Within 5 seconds, restore 50% SP of your allies within 5 meters. In addition, the enemy's SP will be reduced by 50% and cannot be restored. If the enemy's SP is less than 50%, the enemy will be stunned for 2 seconds. Rewrite the spell you set and increase your move speed by 20% for 6 seconds and continuously restores 50 SP per second. For the Nebula Path, for the Nexus Engine talents, Alright, that's it for the video. Please leave a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. And I'll see you guys on our next video. Thank you for watching.